I've told a lot of folks in my life, well, I'm a chaplain in prison. And a frequent reply and response is, boy, they sure need it. Well, we all need it.
There's always something everywhere you go that can better you. And if I'm gonna have to be locked up in prison, these four walls will not define who I'll be. They'll be a part of me for the rest of my life, but they don't define me.
There is a movement that's happening inside of the prisons that these prison seminaries tapping into. And that there's something else going on beyond just having good programs.
We have inmates who are actually trying to affect the change for their fellow inmates. And it's a big, significant difference to have something where you're training somebody to do something positive within your organization rather than just training them to make a living when they get out.
We feel the need of a regular church in a regular community, and we're creating community in prison, and we've made the prison safer with that.
What makes this program unique and particularly powerful is that we are training fellow inmates to reach fellow inmates. You're able to relate to somebody that's in a similar situation better than somebody that's never been there before.
While they're going through the seminary, these guys become pillars in the community by which guys go to for questions and for help. These are the guys that have access to go throughout the prison to help to bring about change.
Inmates who have been trained and who have been willing to dedicate their lives to this sort of service, this sort of peer service, I think can give meaning and purpose and dignity to the people involved, and also can bring relief and comfort to people who are passing through really difficult times.
We all need the message. It's not just for those who've been caught and sentenced. It's for all of us. We all fall short of God's glory. And He sent us out to reach other folks. He came to seek and to save that which was lost. And that's why we do this. It just simply could not be done without the financial aid from private citizens. And it's been a real joy to see folks who have that kind of heart.
I couldn't do one thing if God didn't lay on our donors the desire to keep us going and keep it moving forward, because it's their generosity that enables these things to happen. So thank God for folks that love Him and will put up the money to see these programs work.
BSF is doing a great job educating seminaries and departments of corrections. It's important that no public funding or Department of Corrections money is used, because that would be a clear violation of the Establishment Clause. And we have case law precedent to support that. So private funding for faith-based prison programs is absolutely critical.
The support from the religious community that came to us, I couldn't believe it. And the support from people that care, the donors that care, that their money does something really worthwhile. They know it's good and know it's the right thing to do. And I appreciate all of them.
I think that the Prison Seminary Foundation acts as a really important networking tool in bringing people together, exchanging ideas, and then setting a vision. This is what we can do.
The part that impacted me was that, again, somebody out there was believing enough in a group of men in prison from charges from theft to murder that were doing anywhere from 5 years to multiple life sentences.
So why invest in prisoners? Why put the money and the talent and the resources that we have into them? First of all, I don't see that any of us are better than they are. I see that these are people that God equally loves, and that God has a future for their lives just like He has for yours and mine. And so I think the better question is, why not serve the prison population?
I think the biggest thing that I often think about when I think about the seminary is I got that for free. That's very humbling, and I'm very grateful to God for it. I think that a prison that doesn't have the seminary is a prison that's not taking full advantage of all of God's resources.
I made a mistake, but I'm not a mistake. And I've learned how to encourage myself and push forward. But to hear that someone in society no longer looked at us, or me in particular in that moment in time, no longer looked at me as a piece of garbage, an outcast, a rejection, that seeing someone that they wanted to trust in, whether it be that they knew someday I would be out living next to them, or whether it just be God put it on their heart, whatever it was, they looked at me as something worth investing in.
We didn't see bars, we didn't see prison uniforms. We saw college professors and students ready to be trained up for the work that God's called them to do.